Hey guys, back with another video. Today, I'm finally reviewing the AEW Championship made by Mian belts. Now, this belt took about 9 months to get here. And this video is going to be a bit longer than my usual videos. I'm going to talk all about the experience. I'm going to go in-depth review on the belt, the strap, the plates, everything about this belt. I'm going to compare it to a few belts so you can see the size, the weight. I'm going to talk about my overall experience. If you guys don't want to watch the whole thing, I'm going to add some timestamps in the description so you can skip to any part of the review. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Alright, so first we're going to talk about the overall experience and the customer service and wait times. So I did order this on May 27th, 2020. I got this belt yesterday, which was March 22nd. So it took almost 10 months, but a bit closer to 9 months. So it did take a while. But the difference between this maker and other makers is the customer service. It is next level. You message Eddie Williams, he's the middleman. He directs you through all the belts. He explains the differences between the version 1 and version 2. And he's very honest. You know, if there's a delay or if they mess something up on the belt, he'll tell you. Like, for example, if they mix up like a nameplate, for example, he'll tell you, you know what, we messed up, we got the wrong nameplate, we're going to restart it. Which is incredible that they're actually honest, unlike some makers who will just say, oh, next week, but they're honest with you. So yes, it did take close to 10 months, but the wait was definitely worth it. This belt came out incredible. But yeah, I'll get into greater detail later. So it was $675 American. I paid through PayPal. He also accepts Cash App and Venmo, I believe. So yeah, however you want to pay, you can pay. He has overseas shipping, so you can ship anywhere in the world. And if you live in Canada, for example, he usually does ship through USPS. But for Canada, shipping through USPS isn't really an option if you want to get it in a decent time frame. For example, I ordered my Fandu sidebars, and they did come through USPS. It took about a month and a half, almost 2 months, which is kind of ridiculous. You know, I understand COVID's a thing, but it shouldn't take that long for it to ship, especially since they didn't have to make the sidebars. They shipped the sidebars just a day or two after I ordered them, and it took almost 2 months for it to get here through USPS. So I didn't want to deal through USPS, especially with this belt, because I wanted to get it as soon as possible. So I did ask him to ship through UPS, which he did, which is great, and it only took about 6 days, less than a week. Arrived. It was packaged very nicely. I didn't take any pictures because I was too excited to rip it open, but it was packaged in lots of layers of bubble wrap. Actually, I think customs opened up my package, but even then my belt was safe because Eddie wrapped it in like 4 layers of bubble wrap. It looks like they ripped off some bubble wrap, but still it was wrapped up when I got it. So great packaging, very nice. Speaking with Eddie, it's so easy compared to other makers. I know a few makers don't get back to you quickly. Eddie gets back to you very fast. Whenever I'd have a question or concern, he'd get back to me within minutes. The latest I'd have to wait is maybe an hour or so. Of course, he has a life, so don't be messaging him at like 4 a.m. But yeah, talking to him is very easy. He's a great guy. Of course, they have the update live every week, so it gives you some almost like insurance. You know that you're gonna get your belt. You see everyone else getting their belt. Yes, it could take long, but they are improving. I also did order this in the middle of COVID. So I ordered this May, and that was exactly when Pakistan was hit with COVID really badly. And Eddie said that they were outsourcing a lot of things. Now they don't outsource anything, and they were in the transition period where they were buying all the equipment to make it all in-house. So that also did add to the wait time. And everyone is ordering because they were getting stimulus, and in Canada a lot of people were getting CERB. So yeah, lots of orders plus COVID, and they were switching from outsourcing to in-house, so all that added up to a longer wait time. But Eddie was completely honest with me the whole time. He told me what was going on, and he didn't make me feel worried that I wouldn't get the belt or anything. I did order it with 2 nameplates of Kenny Omega, as you can see there. But I also did order with an MJF nameplate, and it didn't come with it. But I did message him, and he told me that he reassured me that it will be coming soon. It's coming in the shipment this week. So I should be getting the MJF nameplate sometime this month, which is great. So let's get to the actual review of the belt. I'll start off with the plates first. We'll do the leather next. So they are 4mm zinc stacked plates. Beautiful plates. Now, is it perfect? No. There are a few problems with it, but I will get into them. But they are not major problems. As you can see, they're stacked. You can see how stacked it is there. Layer, 2 separate layers here, and then the AEW logo is stacked. Beautiful. No stones missing, which is great because this belt has a lot of stones and not one is missing. You can try and take them out. They won't come off. They're glued in there properly. I'm not going to name any makers, but sometimes I get a belt and I try and take off a stone. It just pops right off. So do not worry. The stones won't come off, which is incredible for this belt because there's so many stones. You can see how nice the etching is there. Zoom in. Even for the stone holders. You can see etching there. AEW logo. Going around. And I didn't even realize the belt had these stones right there, which is really nice. They have them down here too, and on the other side plate. There you go. You see the AEW logo, gold plating. Great. On to the next one. You can see that beautiful globe. I compared it to the pictures online, and it looks basically identical. I can't find any issues with the globes, which is great. Some makers just throw any globe on there, hope for the best. But no, this looks really good. You can see the gold plating doesn't really spill on there. Nice etching. Stone holder, very nice. You can see all the stones. No stones are missing, of course. Try to focus. There's that AEW logo. Beautiful. Nice stones. There's that other globe. Now, I did notice, I'm not sure if this is tarnish or if the gold plating, I don't know if you can see that. There's a bit of a smudge here. I tried cleaning it off with ammonium-free Windex and a rag, but it can't, you can barely see it. It's a little bit of almost a spot there on the side plate, on the globe. But it's not a huge deal. This belt isn't perfect in real life either, so I don't expect this one to be perfect. It has that grungy look to it, so something like that. If you want to nitpick, you can, but I don't really care. Onto the main plate. It's beautiful. Stones, Australian stones. You can get a restone if you want, but I won't. Looks great. Shines nice. Try and focus. There we go. Beautiful. You can see all the stones there. Very nice, very nice. There's a lot of design that goes into this belt, and Mian knocked it out of the park. You can see that nice etching. I didn't even notice it had that kind of etching almost going under the plate. Some lines under there. Looks great. Nice uniform. It isn't just some lines going wherever like some makers do. It actually has a design to it. You can see its symmetry there. Circle there, circle, some triangles. That little globe. Very nice. Stone holders. And that stacked AEW logo. You can see there. I believe it's 4 layers at its peak. So it's 1 layer here, 1 layer there, another layer, and a 4th AEW logo. It's a 4th layer. So 4 layers stacked at its peak. This looks like a 4mm plate. This one looks like a 2mm plate. 4mm, 4mm. Very nice. At its peak, I believe it's 14mm. So, might even be 16 if this is 4mm. I'm pretty sure it's 2mm. There you go, you can see the world. Very nice. All the deep etching. Nice gold plating. Not much spillage on the gold, actually. Now, we did find a slight issue on this. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. On the end, the gold, it looks like the gold plating didn't set correctly just on this line of text. This one's perfect. But this looks like almost the gold plating didn't set properly. I don't know if you can see the end there. It's not tarnished because I don't think it's tarnished, but it looks like the gold plating almost didn't set on the whole end. Same with the O there, the I, P, and the M. A little disappointing, but you can't really see. If you look from far, you can't really find it. I didn't notice until I was looking up close. And honestly, it's just nitpick. You're just nitpicking at that point. Not a huge deal. There's a nameplate. Kenny Omega. Looks really nice. Paint isn't spilling or anything. Very cleanly etched. Of course, has the accurate screws. I know some makers have the flathead screwdriver screws on there, but this has, I'm not sure what the screws are called, but those are the ones they have on TV. If you look closely, they're the exact same ones. If you watch when Kenny and Don Callis went on Impact that first time, these are the same screws. On to the next plate. You can see no stones missing, of course. Very nice etching. Even that stone holder. Let me try and zoom in. Even you can see the etching on that stone holder. Look at that. Very nice. You can see each stone is like, I don't know how to explain it. It almost looks like it has its own like design for it. I don't know if you can see. It's like a circle for each stone, which looks really good. The attention to detail is incredible. The stones aren't just thrown on there, however, they go where they're supposed to be. They're meant to be there. Looks great. There's that other stone holder. Etching going around. Nice globe. See a little, just a smudge there. AEW logo. Now, one thing I did notice, I'm not sure if this is how it looks on TV, but if you look at the AEW logo, in between the E, it isn't painted black, while on this side plate it is. Same with that one. See how it's painted black in between the E? It isn't on here. Now, I didn't notice that until I looked up close, but it's a small detail. You look at the belt, it's barely noticeable. You know, you gotta be staring at it really close to see that, but it's there. Not a huge deal. Onto the next plate. Very nice. Look at that stone shine. Very nice. Deep etching. Sorry about the noise outside this construction, but you can see the gold didn't set 100% properly on there either. It looks like on the E a little. And this is just nitpicking. This is nothing against Mian. All of the other belts I have are nowhere close to the quality of this belt, so it's just nitpicking at that point, you know? I didn't notice it when I take it out, and you don't notice it when you look at the belt overall. You don't see the tiny bit of gold plating that's incredible in there, or the E that's not painted in, but it is there, so. But this still is the best AEW you can get right now. I mean, there isn't official replicas, and even if there is replicas, I don't think they're gonna make it like this. It's 18 karat gold, 4 millimeters zinc stacked plates, Australian crystals, real leather. I'll be very interested to see the official replica. Maybe I'll have to buy it to compare to this one, but honestly don't think it'll match up because, you know, just the craftsmanship that went into this belt is incredible. See the etching there. Even the etching, like, on the stone holder just amazes me. I didn't even know that existed, but even though those little stone holders have a little bit of etching going around them. Very nice. There it is. There's the AEW Championship. All right, now we're going to go into the leather strap. Now, the leather strap does look very good. It is very soft, actually. It's softer than my Re-Leather World Heavyweight Championship from Man of the Fog Leather. But it's not like my AEW tag where it's too soft. This supports the plate, so this is just perfect. You can see the AEW tooling there. Very nice. It looks like stamped tooling there, but this beveling is hand tooled. It makes a huge difference. I see some belts that aren't hand beveled, and you can see there, it's not perfect, but that's how you know it's real. It's not a perfect straight line, but the real one isn't either. See? Leather isn't completely straight, but that's how you know it's real. I mean, you're not gonna get completely straight beveling done by hand. See where it ends? Clamshell tooling going all the way around the main plate and the side plates. You can see up there. Beveling goes all the way around, of course. And it did have an indent when I got it in. I'm not sure if it was because of shipping or if this happened before, but yeah, it kind of sucks, you know, a bit of an indent there, but you know, when I have it all folded up in my display, it's not a huge deal. But the strap does look nice. AEW going around. Female snaps. 2x8. And they're straight. They're not all crooked like some. Now I do have an issue with the strap. A slight issue. I don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see it there. It looks like, I don't know if they use paint or dye. I'm pretty sure it's paint because I'm not sure if dye peels off. But it looks like the paint's almost coming off. And I got it yesterday. Seal trying. And I haven't really been rough with this belt. I just been handling it a bit. Obviously, I love this belt. I don't let go of it, but yeah, I just noticed this right now. I did contact Eddie, so I'll see what he says when he gets back to me. But I did get another belt re-leathered before, and the same thing happened. So I believe it was. I do believe it's real leather, but I think that they either didn't use a top coat or they just didn't dye it. They painted it instead of dye, because I don't think dye really chips or cracks like this. You can see kind of hard to see. You can see a little there. You can see a little bit of the real leather color coming through. There you go. You can see a bit. Now this is obviously just a nitpick. From far you can't see it. It still looks incredible. But I gotta admit, it is cracking a little, which is kind of disappointing, but it is soft. It looks beautiful. The edges are beveled, but it's not burnished. Now I know not really any makers burnish the edges, but the edges are soft. You know, they're not burnished, but they are soft edges, which is a positive. So I'll flip it over. You can see the backing. There's the backing, basic black backing. And it's nice. I mean, it's just a black backing, but very soft. You can see, I know some backings, they have like for the, when the backing goes onto the screws, it looks almost like a huge hump. The backing's very tight to the screws. I don't know if that makes sense, but it looks very good. Very nicely glued on there. And center bolt. I love that. That center bolt makes a huge difference. I don't know if you guys understand the importance of a center bolt, but a center bolt essentially gives the main plate more integrity, because if it doesn't have a center bolt, especially for heavy belts like this AEW, it needs a center bolt, because the leather will start to crack here on the other bolts because all the weight's on them. Putting a bolt in the center gives it just more, it distributes the weight more properly, which doesn't put as much stress on the other bolts, which is great, so the backing doesn't crack or break or anything. Yeah, very soft, nice backing. You can actually see the tooling going through. Very nice, smooth backing. All snaps covered, of course. Flip it back over. You can see how soft it is. Very soft. Fold it over. Put it down. Very soft leather. I love it. But it's not too soft. You can still prop it up. So let me put it like that. It does hold itself up. It doesn't fall into itself like the Fandu straps or my AEW tag. It actually does hold itself up, which is nice. So put it down. So the leather, overall, it looks nice. It's nice and soft. Just that little bit of cracking, which, I don't know, it got to me a little. It's not a huge issue. I'm pretty sure I can just, painted over or dyed or something, or I don't know. I can fix it, but just so you guys know. Very nice. So that's the leather. Okay, now we'll do the comparison between the AEW Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship. This will be mostly as a size comparison, so you can see how big it is. So I'll try putting the network logo right over it. All right, you can see the AEW. I'll try and center it a little better. There you go. AEW is a bit bigger. Strap is a bit longer on both edges. Just a bit, not too big. Wider strap, obviously. The main plate is popping up on the top a little. Side plates are coming up a little. So yeah, overall, wider. Basically the same size strap, a little longer on both sides, a little wider, just on this side mostly. But if you have a World Heavyweight Championship or Universal, it's the same general size, a bit taller, a bit wider, just a little longer. But the weight, this is 12.6 pounds. I think the track sets at about 12.5 pounds, which I'm so relieved because my IWGP V4 is about 15 pounds, almost 16 pounds, and it's just a burden to carry. It's so heavy. It's too heavy. You know, 15 point, almost, I think it's almost 16 pounds. It's just ridiculous. I don't even take it out of the display because it's so heavy. I don't even want to handle it. And this one, I'm not sure how heavy this is, but it's a little too light. I wish it was a bit heavier. I do plan on getting base plates, so that'll get a nice weight, but I believe it's under 10 pounds, probably 8, 7 pounds. This is perfect weight. 12 pounds, 12.6 pounds, so 12.5 pounds is a perfect weight. Not too light, not too heavy. I can carry it around, but it doesn't feel like a toy. It feels like a real championship. It's a perfect weight. I know that the AEW Championship was probably, they didn't redesign it, but they got a new one around when Kenny Omega won it. It's a bit thinner and it's a bit lighter. So this one's actually a bit more accurate. The thing that I'm a little confused about is I saw a few other reviews. I saw one from Serge Moore, and he said his was 15.4 pounds. Someone else, a newer review, I forgot his name, sorry. He said his was 14 pounds, and this one's 12.6 pounds. So I don't know, maybe my skill is wrong, maybe their skill is wrong, but seems to be a little bit of inconsistency on the weight. Which is neither here nor there, it's just the weight, but I'm very happy I got the 12-pound one because this is just perfect weight. I love it. It's not too heavy. I can actually handle it. You know, I can carry it around without dying, but it doesn't feel too light where the point where, you know, it feels like a toy. Perfect weight. Compared to this one, similar size, bit wider, bit, especially on the strap, this side especially, bit longer, bit wider, but same general size. Try and show you. Very similar in size, bit wider obviously by the design, but it's almost same size. Thickness is obviously it's not even a comparison. Come on, this is stacked, very stacked. This one's just, you know, it's nice. I will get a base plate for it soon, so then it'll be able to compete with AEW. This one is just absolutely beautiful. All right, so here are my overall thoughts on the belt. Now, for $675, I love it, you know? Sure, it has a few small issues, but they're nitpicks. You know, that little paint on the on the AEW, or that tiny bit of, that little smudge on there, they're nitpicks, you know? This belt isn't supposed to be completely perfect. Even the TV one isn't perfect. It has more of a almost grungy look to it, so I don't mind it. You know, it's still one of my favorite current belt designs. Definitely my best replica I have currently. It's a beautiful belt. I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. The only thing that keeps it from the 10 out of 10 is that leather. You know, that little dent, which is whatever, and the cracking, you know? It's been a day, you know, it shouldn't be cracking like that. Hopefully, you know, this isn't to bash the leather. It looks beautiful. It looks nice. It's soft. I love it. Just change the dye. Change it to dye. That's the one thing. Or maybe they do dye and you just add a top coat to it. That's the only thing. Looks beautiful, nice and soft, hand tooled. I love it. Just the paint or dye that they use is not it, you know? If they're using dye, you gotta add a top coat to it so it doesn't crack or anything. If you're using paint, just switch to dye, you know? That's the only thing only gripe I have with this belt. And it still looks good. You know, when it's on my display, you're not gonna see the tiny bit of cracking on it. You're not gonna see that. You're not gonna see that tiny dent. It's just, I know that it's there, so that's what bothers me, you know? But it's still one of my favorite belts. Still a wonderful replica. Stones, I don't need to get restoned. They may not look that good in video, but in person, they're beautiful. Beautiful stones. I'll try and add a clip of the stones with a flash on so you can see how good. Incredible. They're Australian stones. They look really, really good in person, especially in some good light. I know in video doesn't capture the stones or how good they look, but man, they're beautiful in person. Plating's good, nice thick plates. Communication, just for the communication, I would come back. Eddie Williams, great guy. Thank you so much. Thank you to Mian and all the crew that made this belt. You know, Eddie made this experience so easy. Some makers, it's hard to contact them. They don't respond to you. They leave you on red. They lie about time frames. Eddie is just an honest guy. He'll tell you how it is. He tells you, you know, 16 weeks minimum. Might take 30, might take 20, might take 18, whatever. But he tells you it's a 16-week minimum. Now, the wait time on these, it is an 18-week minimum. Since it takes more work to do all the etching, all the stones. He said just putting stones on this belt takes a whole day for one person. So imagine all the orders they're getting in, plus all the other belts they have to make. So I did actually order another belt from Mian Belts last month. It was WrestleMania 4 Winged Eagle. So I'll see how that comes out and see their time frames. You know, see how it's improved, because Eddie says that he's improving his time frames. They're improving their time frames because everything's in-house now, so they can do it there. They're hiring new workers. Their crew's getting bigger. They're adapting to the workload, which is great. So I'm happy that I got this AEW from Mian, the best AEW you can get today. There's nobody better. I mean, it's not bashing any other makers, but you know, mock belts, no. Even Classic Shields, yeah, the Classic Shields belt looks beautiful, but accuracy, if you want to get the most ring accurate AEW, it's Mian Belts, you know? Yeah, Classic Shields, they have a really nice one coming up, but accuracy, this one looks more accurate. We'll have to see how it comes out, but this one is the most accurate AEW out there. There's nothing else. SA Championship, make a nice one, but it doesn't compare to Mian. Mock belts, they used to make a nice one before they were scammers, and now it's not even considered a good AEW. This is the best AEW you can get. If you need to get an AEW, contact Eddie Williams on Facebook. Go to Mian Belts, that's MAIN Belts. They'll hook you up with this beautiful belt, or any other belts you want. But man, beautiful belt, get custom nameplates, great customer service. Overall, great belt. Thank you so much to Eddie and my own crew, and thanks for watching.